Hello, everybody. Welcome to our 23rd night here during the quarantine. And welcome the watch party of Solaire. Here we go. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like having a touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived. I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Heart in the way that I stare, there's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Hope you're having a good night tonight. Join us for some more music and fun. Sing along if you can. Here we go. I love you, baby. And if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. To all my lonely night, I want you, baby. Trust in me when I say, don't bring me down, I pray, oh pretty baby. That I found you, stay, let me love you, baby. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like having a touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived. I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Come on now. If you're just joining us, another night of music. Get your mind off things. We're going to keep you company all of quarantine. You sing it. Ready? I love you. Trust in me when I say, oh pretty, don't bring me down now, pray, oh pretty. Now that I found you, stay, let me love you. Trust in me when I say, just you. To be true, can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like having a touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived. I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. If you're just joining us, why? Where have you been? Where are you going? You're supposed to be in the house. That's why we do what we do. To make sure you stay in the house. Leave the singing to us. Get your mind on more positive things. Like music. Gina, remember this one? I always thought our love was meant to be. Now you threw it all away. You went and took the very best of me. You left me all alone with nothing to say. So I picked up what was left of me, finding me a brand new start. heart. Now I know for sure there really isn't any cure to ease the pain of a broken heart. If there's any doubt, maybe we can work things out. Remember, it was you who said forever. Forever. Let's take a chance, find romance, good will make it last forever. Let's hear it for the band, come on. They play so fine, don't you agree? Here we go. I know for sure there really isn't any cure to ease the pain of a broken heart. If there's any doubt, maybe we can work things out. Remember, it was you who said forever. 1984. Oh my God. You know who you are. Come on. The thoughts I have of you, I treasure. Alvina C. The good times and the bad will share forevermore. Somehow you changed, we just didn't make it through. I believe that one day you have to know that I'm still in love with you. At times we couldn't understand each other, and though we tried, we couldn't keep from falling. No, somehow, somewhere, I know we lost its way, and now I feel it's over. It's hard to say, but I love you just the same. Oh, it's been so long since I've had you by my side. I don't even know what to say or do. I tried so hard to get you off my mind, but I love you, please try to understand. When I'm all alone, ba-da-ba-ba, still can feel the pain you left behind. Take me home now, come on. The thoughts I have of you, I'll always treasure. The good times and the bad we'll share forevermore. Somehow, somewhere, I'll never find a way, and I believe that one day I'll hear you say that you love me all the way. Remember those songs? Yes, if you're born, if you were watching our career since the 80s, this is the episode for you. First of all of you at the Solaire Watch Party, thank you so much for joining us once again, hoping that we're giving you enough entertainment to keep you where you belong, which is in your house, until further notice, until they give us an overall worldwide thumbs up that we can get out of our homes and go back to where, for the people watching from the watch party of Solaire, so you can go back to Solaire, and the rest of us can go back to our lives the way it was, but better people is what I'm hoping for. Now, a lot of us artists have all somehow realized that this is really what we should be doing, to entertain all of you, to keep you in your houses, to give you a few songs, maybe read a few messages here, and take up a few requests. That's what we're here for. We're here to keep you company during this quarantine time, and then after that we go back to life, right? Hopefully. Now again, understand that if we're having fun here, and if you're having fun, it's okay. I know that the world is not having fun right now, that we're losing a lot of people, frontliners, family members, and it's really just to think about it can really bring you way, way down. It's our job not to make you forget, not to poke fun at, and not to ignore the obvious, but to at least bring you to a place, even for the next couple of hours, that you maybe need to be while you're getting over all of the sadness that's happening in the world. It's for real. This is a real deal. We're all in this together, so allow us to give you a little entertainment, at least within your roof, under your roof. Now, I said earlier, a lot of us artists are doing this. There's the Bayanihan Musikahan group headed by Maestro Ryan Cayabyab. So many artists making so much money for the less fortunate, the not so blessed, the people who cannot join us here in these social media. But it's our job, it is our duty to somehow come together. And I think that's the best thing about all of this is that we've come together to find a way to cheer you up, to get your mind off things. And of course, the most important thing, we're finding ways to raise money for those who don't have the money to eat, to sleep in a proper place, medication, and so forth. So hats off to everyone. And even some artists who may not have their own fundraiser, but they have the time to chit-chat with you. And a lot of us are admiring each other and wondering what we can steal from each other's Facebook Live or Instagram Live shows. Like my first guest, this is an exclusive. It's an exclusive here in Martin in the house. She has her own Facebook Live, but she's been, is the word vlogging? She's vlogging before this. She's doing vlogging, right? Right? Is it YouTube, right? She's an expert at this. In fact, she helped me with a lot of the things that we're doing here. So we wanted to chit-chat with her and invade her Facebook Live, an exclusive. Who am I talking about? Watch.
So, Pops, what are you doing to keep yourself busy during this quarantine time?
Gosh, everything. We cook, we clean the house. Did you hear me? Were you impressed?
I was wondering who am I talking to? You cook and you clean the house?
Yes, and my room. And I bathe my fur babies.
By yourself? You do it yourself?
Yes. We do the whole bathing thing and the blow drying thing, and then of course sometimes I also do Facebook.
Yes, you do your Facebook Live. But what made you decide to do that? Is this something that, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to just keep everybody company. Are you? I've seen your show maybe twice or a couple of times already, where you're talking to family and friends. What exactly is your aim with your Facebook Live?
Well, it's been a request from the fans, of course, and that's how it started. About that, we first did my Facebook Live together, and then that's how it started. And then I realized we can really help. Aside from entertaining and letting them know what we're doing, I said maybe it's better if I get other friends to join so that they know, especially the friends that are not from the Philippines, that they know, so that people will know now, we're going through the same thing, right? We're going through the same experience. They call it lockdown. We call it quarantine here. Same experience as far as the medical stuff, which is they also lack a lot of medical equipments, the masks, the PPEs. So, and of course, the idea is to also inspire the people. I usually put in a lot of positive stuff and a reminder to pray. I think that helps a lot. Sometimes, you know, when you're stuck in the house for such a long time, and even if you're busy, a lot of things in the house, you kind of get that cabin fever, diba? Na parang, I want to get out, I want to breathe. So I would think that it helps them stay home. It helps them look forward to, like what you do. You sing every night, so it helps them look forward to watching something else aside from the usual Netflix and the usual soaps that they're watching. This time naman, I want to infuse a lot of positive things. No, we did homemade masks with Avel, with Princess. You know, naman Princess, you know, she's very encouraging with her words. She prayed. Of course, Dayanara, she was so
You
nice.
spoke to Dayanara?
Yeah.
How is she doing?
She's doing so well. Dayanara naman shared her her experience and of course her victory over her sickness. She's doing very well now. She's very healthy. So iba-iba. Yesterday I had Aiko. With Aiko naman we tackled yung mga, if people want to help, these are the numbers that they can call.
Right.
They need help. Ito naman, help is on the way. These are the people that can help provide. I also had Derek. Derek naman discussed a little bit of his life, and then
Did he show his abs? I just want to know.
I wanted to ask him, but nahiya.
That's the first thing I would do if he was my guest.
No, he
Let's
talked about
play chess with your abs.
we talked about health, and what to do while how to stay healthy while you're in the house. And then of course I had Joy Ortega. Joy naman is hilarious. Joy gave a lot of tips, how to clean, kunyari, the food, wash your hands, and all that stuff.
Joy knows how to clean food.
When you get it from outside, syempre, we have to be very, very careful, diba? We don't just bring it in. So little tips, what to drink when you're kind of feeling low na, and pag feeling mo magkakasakit ka na, what to take and all that. So a little bit of parang helpful information also, as well as hopefully inspiring tips also.
How far ahead are you thinking? Because now, not only, I know a lot of people already know this about you, Pops, not only are you a concert performer, an actress, a television personality, you're also a businesswoman. Are you looking ahead? Are you trying to think of different ways to restart? Because definitely kailangan mag-press ng restart when all of this is over. Do you have any plans already? Are you thinking of anything that's going to be more for the business side, and even especially show business side, where people are always gathered together? For a while, we're going to be a little bit praning, diba, or paranoid from each other.
I think more than that, I've been planning, of course. We have to, after this, hopefully, what I've been praying for is, sana after the quarantine, where we can all start working again, it will be very smooth, no?
Mm-hmm.
Parang we just picked up the pieces and then we're okay. That's what I'm praying for. But I think there will be, kumbaga sa, a little bit of, what do you call that, adjustment. Tama ka, especially with our work, diba? It's our work means we see a lot of people, we meet a lot of people. I think we still have to be very careful.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we already have plans, of course, of doing proceeding and continuing the shows na hindi natin natuloy, diba? There's a lot lined up. Hopefully we can do that, and hopefully ma-excite yung tao, because music helps a lot. Entertainment,
Sure.
That's our job. Our job is to really entertain people, bring a lot of hope through our music, not just music, even through forms of soaps. It helps us forget whatever we're going through, diba? Kaya that's why we watch movies and everything.
Mm-hmm.
In how many minutes or an hour and a half, it helps us forget our problems. So hopefully it's easy for us to continue on with our lives, especially our working lives and our business lives.
A lot of people may say, well, that's showbiz. How important is showbiz, the business of showbiz, compared to, let's say, the restaurant business and the people who have lost so much work, the hotel business?
Yeah.
How will we get the people back to the hotels and back to the restaurants and back to the public things, or even the business side of it, even the sari store down the street? How is this family going to be able to recoup?
Like I said, hopefully the adjustment won't be so bad, diba? With us naman, especially when it comes to production, we can always instill and again make sure na everything we do with the projects that we do, we put in a lot of reminder for hoping that everything's going to be okay, and reassuring people. That's our job. Again, we do it through the way we talk, of course, through our songs, through our spiels. Pagdating naman, let's say, sa mga pelikula, I think it's also depende who the writer is and who the producers are. But it's also nice to bring in a lot of positivity,
Sure.
making sure that we show a lot of unity also, and that will help, I think. No?
So the storylines, The
But
storyline should change.
Restaurants, kasi I think automatic yun. Excited ang tao to go out, try something
Gotta
different. Gotta eat, right? But at the same time, it's also, we still have to remind people that we still have to be very, very careful. You know, it doesn't mean that once we're done with our quarantine, safe na po tayo. Hindi eh. Siyempre, the virus is there. And until we find that cure for the virus, we still have to be very, very careful. That means, I guess, we continue with the mask and the washing of the hands, and making sure na we take all the necessary precautions.
Mm-hmm.
We take, of course, the supplements that we need to boost our immune system.
Do you think maybe, being in the business, do you think that everyone will start changing the storylines of the teleseries a little happier, maybe less depression, nothing about viruses? Should we stay away? Like, I'm writing songs now, and it's just coming because I'm so worried about the Philippines, the Filipinos, the frontliners. I'm worried about everybody. You know how I worry, right? So it's all becoming lyrics and songs, and everyone, I'm getting it left and right, emails from people to join them in a We Are the World type songs, to pay tribute to the frontliners, to tell the story about those who are suffering. Do you think the storylines need to change? The songs, the lyrics have to change to be more positive now?
I think so. But again, it depends on the people. It depends on what will help ease and help them forget whatever it is that we're going through. A lot of them really lost their loved ones. So how we're all different, diba? We're all different. We all deal with pain and loss differently. We all deal with depression differently. Some would like something funny, diba? To help forget. Some would like to deal with it by watching something probably not that they can relate to because that happened to me. So again, also with songwriting, some would want something a little bit more positive and inspiring, maybe something a little bit more spiritual, but you turn it into a love song. You know what I mean? It all depends. And we won't know until we're there, diba? We won't know until we're actually there, out there doing what we're doing. And then the people will tell us, ay, sana something naman funny. Ay, sana something naman na pang love story. You know what I mean? Even with songs. Right. Something that's fast naman para, even if the message is nice, we can dance to it or something. Or maybe sometimes people still want to let it all out, diba? It really depends. And that's why, of course, now, like you said, this probably will encourage a lot of composers, songwriters, musicians, directors, script writers. It's inspiring me in the sense na I do my Facebook Live alone. I have absolutely no script and whatever, but it's inspiring me because parang right now, we really have to get together and we do whatever we can from our homes. And whatever it is that we feel can help people, can help bring smiles to them, can help lighten their mood at that right now at this moment.
But we didn't know this. It's like if there was any silver lining, if there's anything good out of all of this, we're seeing the best out of people. I mean, people, even Hollywood stars, are coming out of their hiding, and then they're out of their egos, out of their comfortable place. They're stepping out of the box, and now they're lending a helping hand. They're raising money. The famous actors are doing shows like these Facebook Live shows just to spread good news, not the bad news, not the fake news, the good news. Do you find even your regular walk, your regular schedules, do you find yourself more prayerful, more thoughtful, more caring, more worried?
Not well. When we hear something horrible, of course, we get worried. But I think more than that, it made me more prayerful. I mean, I would pray, but now, parang every time I hear something, I pray. I think it's I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's some other people. I feel it's a lesson. There's a lesson that we have to learn from all of this. Again, this is not just one country. It's not just our country. This is happening all over the world. And instead of asking why, diba? It's more of maybe there's a lesson we have to learn, and what is it?
Yep.
What is it? And we're going to figure it out very soon, right?
Hopefully, when that day comes and that if there was a lesson learned, that we walk out better people? Do you think that will happen? Or are we going to go back to the same old crap again?
Well, that's when we say, let's pray that whatever lesson it is that we learn, we usually learn right away, yeah. And then we stay with the lesson for what, a couple of months, a year, and then we're back. So hopefully nga ito mas we're shaken a little bit more. So hopefully we really change. And what I see, one of the lessons that I see nga is the helping out and helping each other. Again, it's not just our country. We're helping one another in our country, but then again, this is happening all over the world, and it shocks us. Now, my God, so in that country, that's happening too. It shocks me. Oh my gosh, I've been there, and wow, they're also experiencing the same thing. Oh my gosh, ganun rin pala yun. Ang dami rin palang affected. And so, yeah, and sana whatever lesson nga is, we keep it in our hearts. And again, we pray for each other. We pray for the safety of each other, safety of the whole world. Maybe the earth is changing. We keep hearing that, diba? But yeah, maybe it's about time that we should take care of each other more, and we should take care of Mother Nature more, diba? We don't take anything for granted right now.
Yes.
Again, it's an enemy that we can't see.
Exactly.
Diba?
And the enemy doesn't choose its victim. It's everyone. Usually we'd be watching the news or listening to the news or watching the news and saying, "Wow, good thing that doesn't happen over here. Kawawa naman ng Italy. Kawawa naman ng China." No. This is the whole world. We're all in the same boat.
And sometimes people that you don't expect, diba? Parang, wow, sila rin tinamaan, diba? And sometimes it gets too close to home because it's people that you know, people that you're close to. So, that we got to
Too
beat
close
this.
to home.
Too
Now,
close
if you were to compare, not compare, maybe that's a wrong question, but how do you think the Philippines is doing compared to other countries in trying to flatten the curve?
I think we're doing well. There is that reminder. We were able to do quarantine. We could have done it earlier, but no one again expected that it's going to be this bad. But we did it pretty early on in the stage. So na-explain ito maigi. I'm hoping that again everyone listens to it and hoping that everyone understands the value of staying home. It's really not because we just have to be home, right? It's because again it helps us, but at the same time it helps save a lot of lives. It's the spreading of the virus that we're trying to stop, and we can't possibly stop it if labas tayo ng labas, diba? Parating may bagong mahawa. So it's that, and again, it's tough. Yeah, maybe instead of putting blame, we really should just all get together and try to do whatever it is however it is, yung department na we feel we can help.
So we're all learning. We're all in the learning process together. We're all in shock the same. We're all in awe of our frontliners the same. We're all concerned, scared, and like you're a mother. Of course, I know this because I made you a mother. The two children that you have, one in is in Los Angeles, one is there.
I know. Oh my gosh.
How are you? And a lot of people may not know this, but Pops is responsible for her entire family. So how is that? How are you able to keep your composure and not, you know what I'm saying? And Robin's in Los Angeles. Ramboy's, he wants to go back out to the gym. He shouldn't be in the gym. How are you being able to cope with all of this?
If I can only bring back Kuya here and make sure that he's in the same house, alam mo yon, syempre that's the most ideal, no? But Robin is grown up, and of course, he is where he is. I mean, he left before this all happened, right?
I know.
But my gosh, it's really just a lot of prayer. I mean, praying, and just believing that God is protecting all of our loved ones that who are not with us, right now. So it's that, it's of course my mom is in another place. She's in another house. So I think we've never used the internet as much as we're using it now just by making sure we talk to each other all the time. We check on each other's meals. Ano pong kinakain nyo, ma? Ano, kumusta ba kayo dyan? Alam mo yun? Even Kuya, the only good thing about it that happened, I think, is Kuya's cooking now. So proud of.
Yes. What weird concoctions is he? I mean, what did he do? He put
I mean,
kimchi with corned
if we
beef.
can, yeah, if we can bring a little light to the situation, right? Yeah, Kuya's been experimenting. The other day he cooked adobo, and then he was asking me, "Mom, how do you make adobo?" So thank God, I before that I already was cooking adobo. So I said, "Kuya, you have to do this and whatever." So yeah, he keeps adding egg to
Wait,
whatever
wait,
he.
wait, wait. You cook adobo now?
The best, Martin. I told you, I can
When
cook.
we were, when we were still
I
and we're
told
not,
you had you waited a
never
little
made.
longer, which was what? Exactly 2 months, 3 days, and 5 hours. Then I would have cooked you something. You know what I mean? No, no,
That
no,
would
no,
have been
no.
the deal breaker. Adobo. Ikaw talaga.
Thank you, Pops. We'll have more of Pops Fernandez right after this song from the 80s, part 2 of Pops. Coming up. Come on. Bring it back the 80s, Pops. That's what you do to us. Been working so hard. I punch in, my God. 80s forward. Oh, tell me what I got. I got this feeling that time's just holding me down. I'll hit the ceiling, or else I'll tear up this town. Tonight I gotta turn loose, I pull loose, kick out the Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues, everybody cut for loose. Everybody in the medical city, God bless you. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Dig away down in your heart, you're yearning and burning for somebody to tell you life ain't passing you by. I'm here to tell you it will if you don't even try. Now you gotta cut loose, I pull loose, kick out the Sunday shoes. Ooh-wee, I'm Marie, shake, shake it for me. Oh, my love, come on, let's go. Blues, your blues, everybody come foot, you sing it. Nice try, come on. You got to turn me around and put your feet on the ground now. Now take a hold of your soul. I'm telling you, lose, fool, lose. You got the Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we cry, baby. Lose your blues. Everybody come for loose. I for loose. Kick out the Sunday shoes. Shake, shake it for me. Oh, my Lord. Come on before we go, baby. Lose your blues. Sing it. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Good news. Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much. It's so hard. You have all that and then nothing, zero. You're talking to a laptop. Thank you so much again. If you just missed, if you just joined us, we missed our very intense interview with Pops Fernandez, but she has a part 2 coming up, so stick around for that. We have to